Mexico City, and it's been about a month since we've been back, and I loved going to all the bakeries over there. We went to some of my favorite places and had lots of fun and lots of orejas, and I've been wanting to give them a try and try to make them so special. And we're going to be testing out some of the things that just inspired me to bring Mexico into my own kitchen. So I actually do have a micro bakery, and so that's why I was super excited to check out all the bakeries in Mexico. And especially when we went to Guadalajara, that's where we featured some of those photos. This bakery was absolutely delicious. And I learned what I'm doing right here is different types of sourdough starters, because my micro bakery is based off of sourdough. Everything I make will be sourdough. I have sourdough bread, classic loaf, focaccia, scones, and kind of just change my menu up. But this was like a special concha starter that I've never done before until I did this recipe. So you use active sourdough starter to create this sweet kind of starter, which I also learned you can do with special like chocolate cakes. So making this definitely inspired me to want to even try different types of sourdough starters, not just the basic flour and water, but different types where you add sugar and I guess cocoa for the chocolate cakes that I have seen online. Okay, so I definitely recommend getting a mixer or a KitchenAid. I actually specifically wanted a KitchenAid to make tamales because I had did it with a hand mixer, like one you just have a handheld mixer, and it was really difficult and it took like an hour to try to make tamales. And I find it, as you can see here, it's like super wet, and I found that would be really hard to just hand knead. So highly recommend if you have the option to get a mixer where you don't have to knead by hand. I think they're going to turn out a lot better. You do kind of need it towards the end, and I add some flour as well to kind of mold it together, but before that it's definitely a little bit tricky, but not impossible. To let this rise at a really good temperature, it's nice to put it into the oven with the oven off so it creates a warm space for it. But while that is rising, let's make something new. Record, I really was not gonna have him try it. I just wanted to see what he would do. But anyway, I was preparing some salsa verde for some chilaquiles that I'm gonna make for dinner this evening, and also have the conchas to pair with it. I have really enjoyed just being able to learn how to make more Mexican food and serve my family not just with American food but also Mexican food. I think it's such a gift that God has given us as a family to experience both cultures, and so I want to just not neglect that gift and allow it for my children to be raised in a home where we experience both, and as I learn as well. A lot of that too is learning Spanish and wanting to learn another language and wanting to be embracing both cultures while living in America, and being a stay-at-home mom. We also homeschool as well, so being able to teach my children Spanish. My husband speaks Spanish, so at least I'll have the best teacher for the things that I mess up. But another part of being part of the culture is having conchas, and this is how I shape my sardo conchas. I kind of pull them together. This is kind of how I shape my sourdough bread. You kind of have to bring like the tension and curve with my hand and pull it towards yourself. A lot of people do this on the counter, but I don't really know how to do it like that, so I just find it easier to do it with my hands and kind of pinch the bottom of it so it closes it to make like the perfect circle. Now it's time to make the sugar topping coat to put on top of the conchas. I love this part, and so does my son. He literally eats, whenever he gets a concha, he just eats the top off and neglects the bread because the sugar is just so good, of course, like any other little boy would. So this is a vanilla based one that I did. You can also do cocoa or strawberry, like to have like the pink appearance. I didn't really want to use the food dye. I kind of wanted to make it without any dyes, so we did just the vanilla, make it simple, but you can half the dough and put cocoa or even cinnamon. Okay, I have them all ready now. I'm gonna let them proof for 2 to 4 hours. I have a workout class. It gives me at least 2 hours, and then we'll come back and make them. This is what it looks like all puffed out. See. And they should bake a little bit more and puff out.
Hi, Mom.
Made home from the gym. Now, I was showing my husband, and he was saying he wondered if the conchas were going to be that small, and I forgot that conchas are a lot bigger, but this recipe that I followed, like the images online, showed a lot smaller, and it weighs out to 88 grams. So I don't know, I need to maybe either find a new recipe that makes it a little bit bigger, or see if I just, I need to play around with it and see what will work. The butter is like, you can see the butter in each spot, and normally it's very smooth and you can't even tell, but I'm already this far, so still gonna do it. Once the cold fermented dough is rolled out, you start it to fold it over on each side, and then you add a layer of sugar. This is gonna form the sugar on each side of the dough so that when you take a bite, it is a delicious sugary pastry. It's not too sweet though. It has a good like kind of croissant like texture. And of course this is another one that my son loves because it has the sugar. But I definitely think that these are some of my favorite Mexican pan, which is the orejas, which means ears. A lot of people say like elephant ears if you have like the giant ones. These ones are a lot smaller than maybe some of the ones that you'll eat at a bakery or at a restaurant that has Mexican pan. I tried these and honestly they turned out pretty yummy, but they do not look good. I mean, look at them. Thank you for watching today's video. I hope you guys enjoyed watching me mess up some things, but I'm still learning and I'm super excited to try some new recipes as I learn to mature and grow in the Mexican culture, including learning Spanish, not just in my kitchen, but I just feel so inspired to do that once I've gone on trips and being in that culture. It's just super fun to embrace that in my own home and raise my children to speak another language and be part of that culture, all for the kingdom, all for God's glory. And so I love you guys. Thanks for watching, and as always, Jesus loves you.